Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Due to the fact that it's Friday and my brain is a lot slower than it is during the beginning of the week, this show has started late. My apologies. This is the Friday night takeaway. See, I nearly got it wrong again. Me, Mr. B. We got a host panel of 5, and we're discussing the upcoming Premier League fixtures. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, gentlemen. First things first, I'm not apologizing again, but we've got a few special guests on tonight representing the various clubs. Tariq, how you doing, man?
I'm all good, man.
Sorry, did I get that wrong? Tell me it again.
It's Tariq. Tariq talks. Just call me T. It's easier if you want to.
Cool.
Yeah,
I got that. I'll take that. T, I got that. I'll take that. T, how you doing, man?
I'm all good, man. Appreciate you for inviting me on. And yeah, I'm doing great. Can't complain. I'm an Arsenal fan, if you don't know people, so might want to turn away now.
Matty, long time no see. How you doing, man?
All good, man. How is everyone?
All good, man.
That's quiet. It's not good job you're not a mic man, boy. You would have killed them, boy. Rush, long time. How you doing, man?
Yes, people. Pleasure to be here as always. And apologies for lateness, but good things come to those who wait.
I like that one. I like that one. Don P, what's happening, man?
Nothing much if you support my team. What can I say?
Look, no, I hear that, man. Look, things can only get better, as they say. So look, let me come into the chat. Andrew Moore, we see you, man. Mark Edmond, welcome to the madness. And UK Strange, I see you, bruv. Right, first things first, guys. Obviously, we're not going to discuss what's happened post-week. I don't think it's fair. This is actually a preview show, and I'm sure all of the banter has already come out and taken effect. So this week's games, obviously Man United have got Arsenal, which I assume, well, unbiasedly or biasedly, I'm saying is going to be the biggest fixture of the week. But we have an issue. Well, Manchester United have an issue. Arsenal probably don't have an issue. Casemiro misses the match. As a Arsenal fan, I'm going to come to you first, Brush. How do you think that affects Manchester United, especially this game, moving forward, considering how well he's actually been playing?
Yeah, obviously ability-wise, huge miss. Everyone had their hands on their faces when he picked up that yellow. With better game management, we could have avoided that as well. So it's a real shame. But it's a chance for some of the others to step up, man. In a game like this, I think, there's other players that understand the assignment. I know a lot of people don't like this guy, but Scott McTominay did his thing in the first game against them lot.
He did more than this thing.
And so it could be that time where, he needs to step up on that. So, yeah, it's interesting. We've got options, though. If not that, then, Martinez potentially could drop into the DM role with Shaw looking comfortable at centre-back as well. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting tactical battle. I look forward to it.
All right. I'm going to take it as from a Tottenham perspective. Don P.
I think it's going to be a big miss for you guys, man. Really big miss. I just can't see the difference between when you got McFred in midfield. It's just not the same, because I think what he does, he gives you the composure in midfield, isn't it? In terms of, like, it's not just the fact that he wins the ball back, but he doesn't give the ball away too often. That's a big thing in retaining possession. And I'm not sure who else, unless, I don't know, have you got any other youngsters that can fulfill that role? Okay, so it's just
no one that's really ready at this level, man.
No. But maybe there's a role for Eriksen. I don't know what Eriksen's going to do. Or maybe play Eriksen in a slightly different position. I don't know.
See. All right. Matt.
Yeah,
what we doing?
I wouldn't mind seeing Martinez next to Ericsson in the CDM role. I think leave Shaw at centre back since Casemiro's missing. Casemiro is a big miss. We all know how good he is. One of the best midfielders in the league, one of the best in the world. Martinez can play CDM. I think if you've got him and Ericsson side by side, you can have Ericsson running the show. I think we can go down and get a result as well. Take nothing away from Arsenal. They're a fantastic team, but I think we can hurt them on the counter-attack with our pace and our forward line up front. And we are massively improved in defence. Look at Wan-Bissaka. At the start of the season, he had no future. Look at him now. He's playing brilliantly. As for Arsenal, they're playing well. Do you think Nketiah is going to do anything now up front? Or, I mean, I don't really rate Nketiah that much. I still think you need another forward option. You're missing Jesus as well, which is a big miss. So, Arsenal do have their own issues within the squad that I think a few of us have not actually quite fully acknowledged yet.
Okay. So Tariq.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
I think that's a good point from Matt, because even when we first played you, we wasn't under the greatest of circumstances. Of course, everyone said that we didn't have Partey in that game, and we also didn't have Mohamed El Nene either. So we didn't even have our first choice or our second choice. And of course, there's a drop off in quality with El Nene in that midfield. But we saw in the last time we played you at the Emirates, I thought he had a very good game. He was the man of the match in that game for us when we were quite poor. And of course, Man United and both sides are a different team from then. But looking at it, I don't think that the Casemiro miss is not gonna impact on how you guys are gonna approach the game. It's just about in terms of quality of execution in that midfield. I think in terms of how you're gonna set up, you're always gonna come away from home against the way how we're playing at the moment, how we dominate possession and control in a lot of areas in trying to hurt us on the counter attack, because that's how teams have had joy in terms of goals against us on the counter. When Spurs, when they scored their first goal, when we played them at the Emirates, that's how they found a little bit of joy. If their decision making was a bit better on the day, they would have caused us some problems. Newcastle tried that approach and got a couple of half decent chances, and especially down our left side, your right. That's the area you've got to try and target, because Zinchenko, how good he is going forward and how he's very press resistant. He's almost hard. It's impossible to press him in that sense at times, but there is that space to exploit, and I thought Anthony did that well. And yeah, if McTominay's in the middle, I'm sure he's not going to do it to as good of a job as Casemiro, but he'll give that aggression, and Fred's going to be trying to mark Ødegaard. So I don't think it's going to really impact how the game will get played out. You guys just have to hold out this storm and not let us score within the first 20 minutes.
Not let you score in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, because that's when we're most dangerous. How we start games. Yeah.
Hold on, let me just what am I doing here? What the hell am I doing?
It's because we're top of the league. He's got to leave me here.
I like that one. I like that one a lot.
And then you put him at the top as well.
Yeah, he's had to move it down there.
As a Tottenham supporter, I haven't been on this top row for ages, man. I don't even know how it feels.
Look, I'm gonna put a little something out there. Obviously the first game, Tariq, you played without Partey. So as a Man United fan, I didn't really see what Partey did. Now he hasn't played the game that obviously he didn't play, and the fact that you have won since, I'm looking at him being an important part. So you saying about Casemiro, you don't think he'll be a miss? Rav, trust me, the drop off between Casemiro and McTominay is incredible. I do believe that McTominay's going to play, and I think that Anthony's not going to play. To be fair, I think he's going to play Bruno. I think he's going to do the same thing to a certain extent that he did with Man City, where he had Fred.
What is your formation?
4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
And I think he's probably going to have Fred sitting on Odegaard because I see him. I Partey, yes, I understand he's an important player, but I think Odegaard is the player that makes your team. He's the one who causes the danger. Partey will always be there. He'll be the base to set up, but I think Odegaard is the one who needs cover. I think I do believe that Saka and Shaw won't be an issue. Same with Martinelli and Wan-Bissaka on the other side. So it's just whether or not, in my opinion, is whether or not we can hold Odegaard. What do you guys think?
I think Saka might be a problem. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's gonna be a problem, man. Yeah, I think he might be a problem.
Over Odegaard? Over Odegaard?
I think they both. Between the two of them, they're your two weapons. Martinelli less so, but Saka and Odegaard, those are the two that kind of really make them
thoughts, gents?
I'll tell you what, regarding Odegaard, I mean, Fred had a fantastic audition in keeping De Bruyne in his pocket. So that gives me confidence. If he can do that again, then that'll be brilliant. Happy days.
The thing is with Odegaard, like there has been games this season where he hasn't been as effective as well. Like against Spurs in the first game, Odegaard, he wasn't the one who got us going. He wasn't the one that carried us through, because we're quite a balanced team now, Arsenal, in how we attack. And Xhaka, he's a threat. He's got a good record against you guys as well. And the way he's playing this season has given us that extra impetus. I agree with you though in terms of Martinelli and Wan-Bissaka. I think that will be difficult for Martinelli, who hasn't been in the best of form.
No, yes.
But he has it, and he looks a bit tired, and that's probably why I think we've been so quick to try and get Trossard in as well. But Saka, man, every time he always does it. You know, people always underestimate him. France did the same thing, and he ran Lucas Hernandez an absolute new one, and he was one of the players of the tournament. And yeah, man, Saka, he's very deceptive in how he plays, because he doesn't have the raw speed of like a speedster, but he's very intelligent with how he maneuvers his body and how he works the space and how he links up with Odegaard on that right. And Ben
a little
White,
bit like Kulu in that way, respect. Kulu ain't got the pace, but the same. Yeah, but you know what it is? It's the brain. Like they are so really intelligent ballers. Like always make the right pass at the right time. Like
they suck you in like Kulusevski does. You
see
see that they draw challenges in, which create space for another player to run into, like an Eddie Nketiah. And then just making those runs and those movements will drag players out of position, and it will be difficult to mark these players.
And talking of that, see, that brings up an interesting point for our front line. It'll be interesting to see if they start with Weghorst or not.
Good point.
Because coming up against Saliba, and that we might need someone to occupy your two centre backs.
I think Weghorst plays. I can't see. Yeah. There's been no indication that Martial is any fitter than he was.
I
heard today he missed training, right? So
yeah,
can't rely on that guy, man.
Do you know what? Man. Sorry, can I just ask a question here?
Yeah.
I think the world might have gone mad, but I think I've looked on the internet. There's nothing on social media. There's nothing from even our WhatsApp groups. There is nothing anywhere, not in the papers or anything, saying Man United. Why have Man United signed whatever his name is?
Weghorst.
Yes, I just can't. Sorry. I'm looking at it and I can't understand it. Seriously, I'm looking. I think to myself, hold on a minute. Am I big? And everybody just kind of blasé about it. Oh yeah, well he's gonna come in, he's gonna play a role. And then you know what? And I thought to myself, you know what? Hold on a minute. Is he the same guy that used to play for? Is it Burnley or someone? I can't even remember.
Burnley.
Is it Burnley?
Yeah, Burnley.
It was Burnley.
Disrespect.
That couldn't run and scored like the top score, and no one's saying anything. Like how is this guy getting a free pass?
No, done. What you've got to remember with this deal, it's only a short-term squad option cover. It's here for 6 months. And people will sit there and talk about how many goals he scored at Burnley or what he's done at Besiktas or international level. His overall game will suit Man United. Them 3 point him, whether it be Antonio, Rashford, Bruno, any of that combination playing behind him are going to play better games because they've got a proper target man that they can play off. Also,
Matty, can I just say something to you?
Also, some kind of defensive element and an attacking element in terms of set pieces. He offers us something different again by his sheer height and physicality. He's going to occupy the two Arsenal centre-backs, and then it's going to nullify the Arsenal full-backs because they can't afford to have Rashford running in behind. Rashford in the form he's in, he gets in behind. 9 times out of 10, he'll be scoring. And I mean, the Arsenal right back companies are Ben White. Rashford's already put him on his arse back in his days from Brighton. So, no, are Arsenal going to risk allowing pace in behind and players like that when the two centre-backs aren't going to be able to come out and cover them because they're preoccupied with the 6'6" giants?
No, I'll tell you what it is, Donkey. Like, obviously, beggars can't be choosers, right? Like, we're in a situation where our owners don't want to put no money into the club, so we're stuck with loan signings only.
Yeah,
and plus, he offers us something different that we don't have. We don't have a proper 9.
But Brush, that's because the club's up for sale.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why. I mean, so obviously it's not a long-term thing, but for the time being, I'm not going to complain. He offers us something different. With Martial's injury record, we just need bodies in, really. So that's what it is.
No, as soon as Man United got put up for sale, any expectation of getting half-decent signings in January went out the window. I mean, it's hard unlocked anyway. You look at how many fixtures are left to play this season. Our team's willing to lose their players halfway through the season, knowing that they've got to play extra games. Probably
but I will highlight the quality, though, that we saw in his debut the other night against Palace. He did a very good job of making a dummy run, which occupied their centre-backs, which allowed the space for Bruno to then score with a lovely ball in from Eriksen. So that's what I'm expecting from Weghorst. Not the most exciting signing, but he could be effective and play a role.
One thing, Dumpy, don't forget what you was going to say here. Vincent Bullock, spot the ball, is a thing no more. On the Friday night takeaway. If we feel that it needs to come back, and we get enough people begging for it, then we will come it back. New concept, new idea, new vibe, new show. Same thing to you, UK Strange. No spot the ball, but if it's something that you guys feel that we need to have, then I have no problem bringing it back. Don P, carry on, please. Sorry.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say to Matty and Brush was, so I think it must have been about Tuesday now. I'm in my yard now. I'm just relaxing or whatever, just chilling, listening to some music or whatever. Then Sky Sports News is on or whatever. And you know what? They were talking about your new signing, this Weghorst, yeah? Do you know what they showed? I've never, ever seen a graphic like this before in my life. They showed he was top in pressures.
Pressing.
I've never seen that before. Yeah. I've never seen that before. And this is the thing that they were highlighting. Yeah, like he's going to be a good signing. Look at his pressing. He's top of that pressing.
Listen, bro.
And then I'm hearing Brush talk to me about
back to the Emil Heskey days. Not everyone could just be a gunman who's there to score goals. Do you know what I mean?
No, man. We're now adopting the Liverpool approach, ain't it, man? Defensive forward.
They highlight the pressing basically because that's a thing that Ten Hag, finds useful in his systems.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, obviously, they're
it's a system player.
Yeah,
he's a system player more than that's.
They're trying to add some sauce on it, innit? Basically, like.
This is the thing. This is the thing, right? Like, as an Arsenal fan, and they say no disrespect because I understand because like you guys, when you talk about Eddie Nketiah, like Eddie Nketiah doesn't hit the spot for you guys like how he does for me, because how I've watched him and how I've watched him develop and how I've watched his overall game massively improve. Like how I saw him play against Spurs. I never seen him do that before. Holding off, man, like Romero coming in, nicking the ball ahead of him. He was an aggressive centre-back. Whenever I saw an aggressive centre-back come to Eddie Nketiah, he would get munched. And last season, when we played Tottenham, Eddie Nketiah would have no chance in that situation. So I've seen the development.
I've been pleasantly surprised by him, T. And you know me, I'm not a big fan of his, but he stepped up though. He stepped up to the plate.
That's why I respect for him. And that's what I'm saying in terms of Weghorst as well. But as an Arsenal fan, I've just saw what we did to Harry Kane. And Harry Kane, by the way, who would be who's on course to break the record for Premier League goal scoring if it wasn't for Haaland, people would be speaking about it a lot more. And who's probably one of the best creative dropping in deep link-up strikers out there. And I saw how we was able to handle him. And of course, the big issue was for Spurs is stopping the supply line to him, and Spurs lack in that sense. So my worry, looking at Man United, is not even stopping Rashford, stop Fernandes and Eriksen. Those are the two players who are going to be trying to find. There's no point trying to watch Rashford with that pace and the form that he's in. It's hard to track him. It's stopping the supply line. If we can stop that and nullify Eriksen and Fernandes, if Eriksen starts, I'm sure he will, because I think Mr. B said it, that in terms of I think Fernandes might start over Anthony in this game on the right. And I'm not sure if Eriksen will play in that too, because I don't think he'll make the same mistake that he made at Manchester City in your 6-3 defeat in putting Eriksen next to him at McTominay or a Fred in there. So, yeah, that's what I'm worried about, not Weghorst. I think we'll be able to handle Weghorst.
I think
see something. So confidence from the Arsenal.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
the result is okay.
But T, while you're handling Weghorst, that's when you have to worry about Rashford.
But, hey, that's it, man. We handled Kulusevski to a certain extent, and Kulusevski was pretty good as well against us last week.
You know what? You can't compare Tottenham to United at the moment, man. I say it, man. We're not a team. We stopped being a team for a little while now. That's a very low benchmark. Very low.
We're gonna get to you. We're gonna get to you. See, look, and I'm thinking this: underestimate us at your peril. That's more what I'm thinking there. To be fair, can we have score predictions on this game, guys? Obviously, it's gonna come again at the end of the show, but just so I know where everybody's mind's thinking at the moment.
Shall I go first?
Yeah.
I know this sounds, once again, MUFC, you're gonna be hating this. 3-0 Arsenal, and I do think that we are going to start fast, and it's not going to be a 3-0 where we get the 3 goals and then we just coast from then. I think we're going to score 2 goals early, and then you guys are going to have a little bit of control in the game, and then you're going to try and we're going to be a little bit more pragmatic and a bit cautious, and then we'll be able to get you on the counter attack. I mean,
3-0, the cheek.
I was waiting. I'll tell you what, you lot are too polite. I had it in my head. What? And I'm waiting, and you lot have made him finish his score prediction and everything.
If you man scored 3 past us, yeah, I'm sure we can score 3.
No, listen, I was actually quite surprised in the last game that we played, because I thought the scoreline was somewhat deceiving. It didn't feel like a 3-1 game. But yeah, no, that's mad though, bro. If you think Arsenal winning 3-0, that's crazy.
Oh yeah,
you got no chance. Don P, can I have a score prediction for the game, please?
4-1 United.
Whoa. No bias there at all from Don P.
I'm not getting this.
Guys in the chat, there's 16 of you in the chat, guys.
Do you know what?
I've got 4 score predictions here.
Yeah, what is his name? Is the Burnley Orshak, whatever his name is. He's gonna do the pressure in. He's gonna do that pressure in. He's gonna be pressure them. I say we pressure them, and he's doing the pressure in. And Rashford's gonna be doing the scoring. He's gonna be doing the pressure in. Rashford's gonna be the scoring. It's gonna be fun.
So you've gone 4-1.
Okay. 4-1, yes.
Okay. Rush, can I have a score prediction for this game, please?
I'm going for 2-1 United.
It's a bit more respectable. Oh, I'm scared to hear this one. Matty, can I have a score prediction, please?
Now, I'll go same as 2-1 Man United.
I was going to say the same as Don P.
Listen, I'd love it if that happens, but that, yeah. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2-1. I'm thinking 2-1 or 2-2. I mean, as good as Arsenal are, I just don't feel that
I'm not worried about playing them.
As good as you're not as good.
Do you think that confidence comes from the fact that we're the only ones to beat them so far in the league?
No, it's
yeah, could be.
When
The
you play
problem,
City,
the problem with that team, the problem with that other team, yeah, that you lot are talking about, yeah,
What other team?
do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's just got Leicester City vibes written all over it. Everything that can fall into their lap has fallen into their lap.
yes,
And when I saw that free kick, like for your last game, I just said to myself, you know what I mean? It's just the gods. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem that you got with them. So you might look at them and you think, oh, they got that in Kitty. I like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah, he ain't no baller, but they just keep pulling out results.
No, I see what you mean, Don. There's definitely been times this season, me and T have talked about it, where last year it would have been points dropped for Arsenal, but they found a way to grind it out.
Or they've had the right decision, or the things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like that 2-1 against Fulham last year, all day. That's points dropped.
But it happens.
See, it does happen. Look, Abnormal Adventures on here has come out with a recourse hat trick. Remember, look, I'm confident that he will have an effect on the game. Abnormal, I'm convinced that it's
if that is by way of goals, remains to be seen.
or touches in the box. Maybe that's what he So, as expected, to be fair, we've got the Spurs fan hoping you're going to lose. We've got the United fans going for a narrow win, and we've got you expecting just to throw us some smoke with a 3-0. It's kind of what I expected, to be fair. Once you started talking, I was going to mute your mic, and I thought,
because you know what? I don't understand though. You see, like his prediction of his team's 3-0 is the same as mine 4-1. The aggregate score. But why does mine seem so outlandish? It's the same aggregate score.
Yo, Seasmeds, welcome, man. I saw a comment up here earlier on. Let me get it up here. Make him think that I haven't seen him and I'm ignoring him. There we go.
Big up.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. I know you're there, Mr. Lawless. I see you there as well. Thank you very much. GMS, or GSM. I don't have the fandangles, so forgive me. Hopefully you're not watching anyway, in which case then it makes no difference. I'm apologizing to absolutely no one. Right, so we got the scores in for that. Look, right, we had a Liverpool fan coming on. I'm not going to say he's bottled it, but
like his team.
Yeah, well, I said we can dig him out as much as we like now at the moment because he's not here. But look, Liverpool versus Chelsea. Obviously, in years gone by, this is normally a top four battle. At the moment, they're in 9th and 10th, which for me as a United fan,
it's where they belong, in it, Mr. B.
Yeah.
The natural order of things is about to be restored, bro.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I hope they stay down there. I hope they don't get nothing. I hope Klopp gets sacked. I hope what's his name, the new one, the Potter that they've got there. I hope he keeps the job for another 2 years because he is a bag of piss. That club is far too big for him. So on that, Liverpool versus Chelsea, guys, score predictions, how you think it's going to go, and who you really want to win the game, considering you probably hate each other just as equal as everybody else. Matty, I'm going to start with you, big man.
Ideally, I want to draw. I don't want to see any of them win. I don't like any of them win. No, mid-table clash, mid-table teams, fucking shit. They can both stay down 9th and 10th.
No, 9th and 10th.
No, I don't expect much from any of them. No, Liverpool are falling off a cliff and Chelsea can't get going. Bailey's doing a madness. He's playing FIFA. And Liverpool, I'm not sure what's happened to them. I think it's still waiting on some United's turning up.
See? Wow. Is that a personal figure, or is this because I feel that Liverpool are done this season. When we did him twice already. All right, pre-season probably doesn't count. But they're just a shadow of what they are, and said it would have been nice to have had some.
Until they fix that midfield, Mr. B, they're not gonna be successful again.
Money.
Yeah, but I don't know. For this game though, I can see them. Well, maybe my bias comes in it. There was a stage, believe it or not, where I actually hated Chelsea more than this team, you know. But I ain't got nothing against Liverpool. Liverpool. It's Klopp that's annoying. Klopp's annoying, but the team and the club ain't annoying. It's just Klopp and his gnashers that are annoying. But so I reckon Anfield. Yeah, Salah. I reckon a 2-1. I reckon a 2-1.
2-1 to Liverpool.
Yeah, 2-1 to Liverpool.
Tariq?
Yeah, I agree, man. Liverpool, like, although they've been shocking this season, they haven't actually done that bad at home. I think they've lost one game, is it? And that was to Leeds.
Yeah, so they can't travel.
Yeah, they just can't travel away. That's exactly that. But at home, Chelsea, they've got a whole load of injuries as well, so I can't see him picking up form anytime soon. It'll be interesting to watch Mudryk versus Trent. I'll tell you that. A man with speed, anytime they've come up against Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I haven't seen this guy play, you know. Tell me about him. Do you know a bit about him, T? Are you able to kind of say... The only thing that I know is that he's fast. But you lot obviously, so you must have done your research.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he's not just fast. He's fast with the ball as well, like dribbling.
Oh really?
And he's very good off both feet as well, so he can go left or right. Mudryk, and with a player like that, like he'll cause.
Can he kick with both feet?
Yeah. He's like very good at shooting and passing with both feet. Left
really?
We'll take him down on the outside on that left, and he'll cause him.
This is becoming all too familiar, isn't it? You lot do all the hard work and the scouting, and then Chelsea swoop in.
Exactly. That's exactly that. We saw what Kvaratskhelia, the Napoli left winger, did to Trent. Imagine that with a bit more pace. That's all I'm going to say. So he'll cause.
Okay.
That Napoli left winger is wavy.
Listen,
if he's anywhere on that same level as that Napoli winger, because he is. Oh my gosh, he's different class. That Napoli winger.
I think he is. So I genuinely do, and it'll be interesting to watch it tomorrow because he's quite intelligent as well for a guy of his age with his runs. So
Potter says that he might get some minutes. He ain't starting though. I don't think he didn't.
I don't. He might not start because of they've basically Shakhtar haven't played a game like competitive football since November. Their season.
Sorry.
Yeah, Shakhtar haven't played a competitive game since November.
So there's no way he's starting there. So he's not fit.
They've spent that money on a player that they needed to start straight away, and he hasn't played. There's no way they can start him. Surely.
Nah, surely they can't. I think he only just returned back to pre-season.
Yeah, Potter said that you might get some minutes. He said he might get some minutes.
Yeah. He's not going to be fit enough to start, but when he does come on, he'll cause some problems. That's for sure. But I think 2-1 Liverpool though, with Don P.
Have we got all of this? Have we got all of our scores in here? We have.
No, I don't think I've added. Well, being that it's at Anfield, I think they have a slight edge. But I also wouldn't be surprised if this one finished a draw, to be honest. But I'll probably edge it to Liverpool 2-1. Chelsea are a hot mess at the moment, man. But we need to get into it though. Like I'm not going to come with smoke for Potter, bro. I think what it is, he's a very much a long-term project manager, and I don't think he's going to get the time at Chelsea, you know. And in order for project managers to work, you and the director of football or whoever's above you need to be on the same page. You need to be working off the same hymn sheet and bringing in players that suit your style. You don't reckon he's signing
in players?
Bro, I don't think Potter has anything to do with it, you know. Potter's just like been told, you're getting this guy, and he's just like, all right, cool. Because the way he plays and sets up, even the way he's playing now, it's very reminiscent for me of because we've been through something similar when Moyes was here, and then with the Rangnick era as well, and I see resemblances to both. The Moyes era in that it's a very big club for Potter, and it's a big step up. So I think he feels as if he's won the lottery almost. So he can't speak up and say no to certain things. You're just having to put up with what you're given and just accept it and be happy with it, because he's never used to having any of that. So it's one of them ones. He's probably pinching himself when he's there every morning.
Grateful.
And then what I've seen as well recently, when people don't do the simple things, work with what you've got, right? And you can pick up points in this league. Football's a very simple game. He's trying to implement his style and system, similar to when we had Ralph Rangnick last year, and he did that 4-2-2-2, and it was nonsense, and it wasn't working. and he's trying to play this 5 at the back. He's got that young guy Hall at left wing back. He's actually a central midfielder. He's not even a left wing back. If you haven't got the players, just stick to what you've got. With the players they've got, if you just play a flat 4-3-3, put Sterling on the wing, put João Felix on the other side, put Kai down the middle. Oh no, have Kovacic and Mason and one of Kante or Jorginho. It will see you through. You'll pick up points. But you have to make these adjustments. He doesn't want to do that. So there's a lot of mismatches stuff going on at Chelsea now.
But because they're signing all these young players for because that's their strategy, isn't it? They've got about
it's crazy money, bro. But the one thing I will say, as messy as it is, they are identifying good young talent. So eventually, they're doing it backwards, but eventually they will get it together.
So their vision is to buy the best under 23 team in the world, isn't it? Like the best thingy in the world. That's
like on paper when you look at it, like Badashile and Fofana, like that's a future good centre back partnership when it eventually works. Yeah. But in the meantime, it looks a hot mess, and so
that's why I think. So in a way, I do think. So they do want a project manager. So if they do want a project manager, then you can say that Mr. Potter, he might be their guy. Like he might surprise. I don't think they're necessarily going to be this get rid of him thingy. For the fact that they're giving these people 8-year contracts, I know that they've got to stretch the fees. Over a long
that's
term.
Basically what it is. That's because I know a lot of people have asked about this FFP stuff, and that's kind of how they've got their way around it, which is why they're handing out these ridiculously long contracts.
That's what I thought. So they're doing it to, instead of it being a 4-year where it's the 20 million, it's the 8-year where it's 10. So
you're breaking down the transfer fee over the length of the contract. Basically, it's a very clever way to get around that.
It's clever if the players turn out to be decent. That's how it is with young players. Some are good, some are bad. Do you know what I mean? That's how it happens.
It's a risk. It's a very risky strategy, though, that what they're doing. But high risk, high reward.
Or no reward, hopefully, to be fair.
Exactly. I can't stand Chelsea.
Do you know what's so funny as well? You know what's so jokes about it? That the last one, the one that they got from PSV that used to play for Tottenham.
Noni Madueke.
Yeah, he used to play for Tottenham. He they've given him a 7-year contract and a 1-year extra option on top of the 7 years.
That's crazy.
He's played 590.
Listen, Todd's handing out NFL deals.
He is, that's what I'm saying.
Madueke has only played 5 90-minute games in 4 years.
Really?
It's the wrong move.
What did you say?
His injury record is sus, but also that's not the club for him to develop.
It's terrible. Yeah, his injury.
90-minute games in 4 years.
In 4 years? I thought it was this year.
4 years.
And they spent so much money.
Yeah.
He did. He looked wavy for England under 20. I saw him for England under 21s, and I thought, wow, I could Tottenham. But I remember when we was thinking, we wanted to sign him, but he wanted to get into the team. I can't remember. He was 18, no, that's about 17 or something playing for us, and he wanted to get into the first team straight away. Who was our manager? We might have had Mourinho in charge. Do you know what I mean? There was no way that was happening under Mourinho. Or we just got Nuno or whatever. But yeah, it's I thought to myself, and I was so vexed when he went and he just wouldn't sign the contract that we gave him. But I know that we must have been offering him 50 pence because PSV,
especially with Levy in charge of contracts.
Exactly. So PSV gave him more money than we did.
That's mad.
PSV gave him more money than
he went to PSV. He left Tottenham to go to PSV.
Yeah.
Okay. But I saw him. He was hitting big goals for the academy, and he was looking wavy for the academy. You know, like one of them ones. He thought. Another one got away though.
Okay, well that's a normal. That seems like a Tottenham thing. So by my prediction here, we're looking at a Liverpool win, Chelsea to stay in the lower mud. Yeah. Boy,
Exactly.
that's everybody nodded with approval. Boy, all right. I know you didn't want this one, Don P. But as you can tell from the pack,
are we playing Monday? Why is our game coming back next?
Because we've got a Spurs fan on the panel, so we have to discuss it. If you weren't here, then we would have just flown past it right at the end. So yeah, this might hurt a bit, but as you can tell from the panel, I'm not sure about the people in the comments. They're not too bad. We haven't got any snipers. You know, obviously Tariq might show his true colors now. once we start discussing it. But Don P, I'm gonna go with you. Spurs. You don't have to go through the whole history of it, but I've spoken to you, so I know.
Yeah.
But
No, I'll try and keep it relatively brief. Yeah, because I did say today that I didn't want to come on the show. I'll be honest.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Because no, seriously, I didn't have nothing to say because like sometimes you could be tired of talking as a supporter. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like there's only all I will say is about because I think it was Brush was saying around Matty was saying that do I want Conte? Do I want Conte to be in or do I want him to go or whatever? And all I will say about the Conte situation is that I don't think it's about Conte. Well, he's obviously contributed, but if you look at 20 years, there's only one common denominator. Well, it's two, Enoch and Levy, and we've won one trophy in 20 years. So I can't. I mean, that's it. We've won one trophy in 20 years.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was the League Cup back in 08. Oh no,
Dumpy, what was
the
that?
League Cup back in 08 with
one trophy in how many years?
There was an echo.
Yeah. One trophy in how many years, Dumpy?
Oh god, no. What I think though is that it's going to be very interesting. If you guys have all heard the news about our sporting director, haven't you?
Yeah, Paratici.
Yeah, that he's banned now for 30 months.
Yeah. He got caught up in that Juve stuff.
Tonight. He got banned for 30 months.
When did that come out? Today?
Tonight. Yeah. You weren't that late. About 9 o'clock tonight. So basically, he's banned for 30 months, but. Basically, it was over the Juventus case. So Juventus have been deducted 15
points.
yeah, they've been deducted 15 points, and he's been banned for 30 months. And I think their president's been banned for 2 years or whatever. But the implication is it's been banned by the Italian FA. So he's just been banned from doing any negotiations or football with the Italian football clubs. Yeah. What they've also done is they've put in a request. That they put in a request that he's also banned from UEFA or any type of UEFA negotiations. But they've just put in that request. So anyway, all I'm saying is that now that guy, Levy, has got that ready-made excuse now. Oh, we wanted to do something. See, we could have done it. Do you know what I mean? As Mr. Pipes would say, where we're always monitoring and hovering and waiting and seeing and never acting.
No, I'll tell you what, bro. That can't run, man. That's not an excuse. You lot deserve better, especially in the summer when you got a manager like Conte, right? Someone for the here and now. You need to back him. I knew it was going to go south in the summer when his first choice centre back option was Bastone, and it went from that to Longley. Like it's downhill when you go from that to the other.
Definitely, man.
It's true. I don't understand. Well, if it's a PR machine, isn't it? Like, why recruit managers like Mourinho and Conte and not back them?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have they given any indication that they would be interested in a sale or not?
Yeah, well, no, they want to sell. So basically, there was a story about a week or 2 weeks ago around an investment company from Qatar. Basically had a series of meetings with Daniel Levy. And they were actually spotted. He was actually spotted with Levy literally a week ago, 2 weeks ago, having these meetings. But what they were trying to say, the story was a journalist called Ben Jacobs, who writes for CBS in the States. He broke the story. But what he was saying was that they just wanted an investment because obviously they own PSG in it, and you're only allowed to be a majority owner of one club. So they wanted a minority stake. Tottenham apparently were happy to have that minority stake for like 20%. They wanted $1 billion for it because they see if Chelsea are worth 4 or 5 billion, we're worth
serious.
That's what they say in it. Stadium in it. That's what they say.
I mean, yeah, the fact that you're a London club and you got a state-of-the-art stadium and that it would drive the price up a bit.
Yeah. What? How much is United worth?
I mean, listen, what they're actually worth, or what these lot are asking for?
No, what they're asking. what the Glazers risk asking.
Listen. They want to start bidding war, man. They want something in the ballpark of about 6-7 billion, bro. It's crazy, man. Especially when you deep how
I reckon we're 4.5
much work needs to go into the stadium and the infrastructure and everything. It don't make no sense.
Wow, but we owe $1 billion. The bank, JP Morgan or one of their things, like $1 billion for the stadium. So whoever buys it still's got to buy the debt as well.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like, so I can't see. So basically, and apparently the Tottenham made a statement saying now that if they were going to sell, they want someone to buy the majority stake. They don't want no little percent.
Wow.
So yeah, we're messed basically. We're in the mud.
Yeah, and that's totally understandable. And T can shed
I-
some light on this because Arsenal had that issue before, right? With
Yeah.
Kroenke and others, where you've had several people with a slice of the pie, and
Yeah,
it
you
just
can't
gets
sell it.
complicated, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't sell it. And the final thing that I will say now is now we're in this situation where basically Conte and Levy and the club are doing this dance where the club are saying, Conte's saying that he can't manage because you're not providing me with the players, you're not buying the players, so I can manage. The club are saying, I'm not giving you the players because
Unless
you're
you
not signing
sign.
the contract, and I don't know if you're going to be around. And he's not going to sign the contract because he's not sure if you're going to get backed. So it's like they're in this. So basically, nothing's happening.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, the only thing you can do, I guess, is if if it gets written into his contract that, you know, if these demands aren't met, then I'm allowed to leave. Like, you have to put some sort of clause there, right?
Yeah, but Levy won't go for that.
But you know, how Levy don't like nothing written down in contracts. Like
Yeah. He likes handshakes and that, innit?
Yeah, ask Harry Kane,
How we done Harry Kane.
What is he going to say, Matt?
Now I've talked about transfers and players. You've been heavily linked with Power from Sporting Lisbon. Other player plus cash deals floating about.
And that's another thing that's really demoralizing. You got them guys across the road. Do you know what I mean? They've already got a player. Another guy's almost through. They're centre back, the Polish guy that they're almost looking to get. And
they've got him.
They've got him.
Is that gone through? You got both of them now.
Yeah.
Wow. See, look,
you lot moving quick, boy.
Well, I didn't realise you got him as well over the line.
Yeah,
but,
listen, mistakes have been learnt from last January's transfer window for Arsenal. They're not making that mistake again.
Yeah, but anyway, no. Apparently, Sporting Lisbon. Basically, he played a really good game against us in the Champions League, innit? So that's when we started to see them because they were in our group. And then it's quite quick or whatever. But I don't know. I'm not sure about him. But apparently, he's got a release clause which is £39 million, and Levy ain't paying it. Sporting Lisbon are saying, well, he ain't going unless you're paying it. Apparently, he wants to come in. That's where we are. So I can't see anything happening there either. And if we do buy him, then we'll have how many right backs? We'll have 4 right backs. Some people might say that we've got one or none, but yeah.
Bro, what's happened with Jade Spence? No one's seen him.
He's in the same jail that Paratici's in, man. Yeah, the same jail that Paratici's in at the moment, because he's just not. Yeah, I don't know what it is. This guy, I just think is a baller. Do you know how mad it is? Every time he warms up, the crowd goes mad. When he comes on for his 3-minute cameo appearances, the crowd goes mad. As soon as he touches the but do you know what it is, isn't it? It's bigger than him as a player. He just got caught up in the crossfire between Conte and Levy. That's the only thing that we can put it down to, because there's no way that Chicken Royale is that much better than Spence. Do you know what I mean? So it's political, and that's what we are.
I'm surprised you actually brought Spence, because I don't see him as a Conte type player. Because it's a young player.
I don't think he is. I think the club bought him.
He said Conte came out and said he didn't sign him. Conte said, and it's all right. Imagine how you as the you had your hype. You just told all your man them that you're signing for Tottenham, blah blah blah, and you get your manager saying, well, this is the club signing. This is not ready. He will be a good player, but not now. He's a potential. Like we have the thing. Like if you want to be a big boy, you need to buy players like with experience. In my previous clubs, I buy players with experience. Yeah.
Old players, and then when he leaves, they're dead.
But that's the thing, though, Mr. B. When you bring in a manager like Conte, you need to know what you're signing up for, innit? If you bring in a him or a Jose, they have a certain profile of player they like. Guys who are into their 30s, no resale value, but for the time that they're there, they'll come.
Ready, mate.
I would argue that.
Do a job.
I would argue that Conte. I would argue that Conte made Inter Milan players a lot better than they were before. Nobody knew about Hakimi before Conte got hold of it. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Martinez.
Martinez. Look how Lukaku was playing under Conte.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? A lot of players were balling out under Conte.
Yeah, like he is not to discredit Conte, but he does need to work with some like top talent as well, though, because the same happened at Chelsea.
Cole, Ashley Young. I mean, Ashley Young. Then what's the Chelsea guy?
Victor Moses.
Victor
What he
Moses.
did with Victor Moses was a
Yeah,
Like he's made some really dross like half decent.
Yeah, it's true, but like let's not forget he had Hazard and Cesc Fabregas.
He had prime Eden Hazard.
And do you know what I mean? So like he had, and this is the thing. Like my issue with Tottenham and Brush, you'll be able to co-sign this. It's the midfield. Can't do anything with that midfield.
Yeah, it's when they got rid of Lo Celso and Ndombele, bro, and that creativity died.
Bentoncourt, different class, but then
Bentoncourt's class. He's not the guy, man. He's not the guy at all. No. And I can't stand him. And he's always like, he seems like a draft pick. But it's not. The mid. You know what's worse than that, though, T? It's the defense.
True.
That defense. We've got one defender in the whole team. And the thing about it, this is what Conte can say. Do you know that they haven't, since he's been there, they haven't bought him Romero was there before Conte. They haven't given him one. The only defender that they've given is Brush broke it down. He wanted Bastoni or Guardiola or whatever. They was all putting him sniffing off the
And then you ended up with Longley, bro.
Longley. You saw what happened in that Man City fourth goal.
Longley.
Absolute clanger.
Anyway, that was a long talk around. That was a long.
I've got to ask about Bissouma.
Do you know what? So my guy Pipes, he loves Bissouma. Like that was his player, and I think he is a player. But I think Conte he sapped a lot of his confidence out of him.
Yeah, he's not really kicked on like a lot of us were expecting him to.
For Brighton, he played in a free. Yeah, so when he's playing as a free, he could be dynamic. He could be kind of box to box. He could be sitting deep, go forward or whatever. But you see the way Conte plays his midfielders in the two. It's difficult. I don't care how good you are. You could be the best midfielder when you're constantly out, especially if you come against a big team. I mean, a good team with 3 players. Them 2 against 3. It's difficult, man. It's difficult.
It kind of reminds me of when you guys had Wilson Palacios, because he was one of those as well. That he was very hyped. He came, he had a lot of ability, and then it just kind of died down.
First few games, yeah. But I think Bissouma, under a different. I don't know. I've got potential, but then you know what? We got another young youth as well.
Oh, I've got one question for you though. Manager-wise, if they get rid of him, do you think is Poch coming back?
Oh my God, that'd be the worst thing ever.
I don't understand why. What is with the Poch? They want Poch back. Didn't he leave? Wasn't every the fans happy that he left?
No, the fans.
No, there's a lot of the fan base that think they've got was it Alzheimer's or whatever. But because I don't know why they can't remember. We went the last season, yeah. I think we must have went the whole season, and we won 1 game away from home. Or we went the whole season without when it was a ridiculous record. That game, the league when we was in the Champions, the season when we got to the Champions League final.
Oh yeah, in a calendar year.
Terrible, yes, that calendar year. I don't think we won a single away game in the Premiership.
If Conte walks, who do you want to come in? Out of all the coaches available.
That's the problem. That's why I don't want Conte to go, because I can't think there is nobody that I can think to myself, yes, I want him. There is no one. I can't think of anyone. Can you guys? And there's no way I'm having another Chelsea reject, so don't say 2.
No.
Lucky, no. I'm not having another one of them.
I actually think they do a lot with the sporting coach Ruben Amorim.
But these are projects. It's a good shout, Matty, because he's quality.
Which one? The Portugal.
The sporting one.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Okay.
Quality, but project managers this is the problem with Spurs. They're not committed to go fully on either.
Do you know why? I'll tell you the problem. You make a good point. He makes a good point. You see, like Arsenal, yeah. As much as you, I said their name. As much as you think them, yeah. At least they put up with their manager coming 7th and 8th. Do you know what I mean? Consecutive seasons. Our yo.
Guys, first things first. Artie has come on late. This was down to Artie. If you know the normal Mr. B headache that went on before the show started.
Yo, there's late and then there's this, bro. You turned up for the after party.
Yeah, That's some serious, like, do you know what I mean?
Yo,
Yeah, that's some serious melanin time there, boy.
Better late than never, yeah? Better late than never.
Wow.
Artie, we'll get you back on. Sorry,
Yeah.
who was just talking? Sorry, P.
What was my point? Someone please.
About not fully committing to either project. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yes. So you lot put up with you lot backed your manager despite the fact that you're 7th, 8th, still stuck with him. Everybody said that you could get even the following season, like lost the first 3 games, still put up, we're still backed him. See, our chairman, there's no way with that money, them losing out on that revenue, like 2-4 years, they're not letting their manager like just be that long-term project manager. That's why they want the short-term manager, but they don't want the short-term manager to win. All they want is the short-term manager to do is get in the short term in that top 4.
No, they can't see.
So basically, the vision is the vision is different for the chairman and for the manager, especially someone with Conte's CV.
And the other way of backing them is talking about revenue. We had to pay players to get out.
Yeah, pay them off. Yeah,
That's you guys don't do that. You send them out on loan and then try to recoup a profit, and that's not how it works.
And it's long because look, they're still going to be back. Harry Winks is still at our club. He's still on our payroll.
Don't worry about that. We've still got Jones at our club, bro. Don't worry about
Mr. B. This summer, finally, bro, it's running down. He's done. Already said that contract not being renewed.
God.
How many years did you give him?
Solskjaer gave him 3.
Too many years.
Solskjaer.
Too many.
Yeah, when Solskjaer first came in, he gave him an extra contract extension, didn't he?
Yeah,
because he had the same injury that he did, and he felt sorry for him, pussy hole. Artie,
yo,
we've already discussed your team, but thoughts on we can't.
So that's why my ears were burning, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt.
What do you think of what do you think of Mr. Nash's? Like, do you think his time's up?
You can't do that. He's got credit in the bank, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. And this is on a serious level, not a banner level. This is a thing that I can't take with this knee-jerk reaction with people and fans. And as soon as a little thing starts to go wrong for a little while, it's all right. Let's get rid. Let's kick out. You know what I mean? You need to give managers time, man. You need to give him time.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you, innit? He's been the best manager in the Premier League era.
Be real, you need to give him time. You know what I mean?
And you need to back him financially as well for that.
100%. I think for me, there's been a massive issue with they should have been refreshing from the time we won the league. You should have been bringing in players and whatever. We've bought one midfielder, I think it's in 4 years, and that's Thiago. In 4 years. That's not good enough for a team that wants to stay at the top. But the problem is, obviously, the FSG are running it like a business model, and it's been working. They've been getting results because Klopp has been doing well. So they'll continue to do that.
And the trouble is with FSG, bro,
you need to put some money in.
Once they saw that initial success, they thought, "Oh, all right, well, this is the blueprint now. We can just keep doing this."
No,
but you can't keep doing that. You have to adapt to the times.
You can only turn water into wine for so long, innit? Like,
yeah. And then especially with new competition in the league and all of that, you need to make adjustments accordingly, innit? So I do feel bad for Klopp.
No, seriously. But they need to back him. They need to spend some P. And it's not like they've not made money. They've made money.
Yeah.
You understand? They've made money. They did an extension on the ground. There's another extension coming now. So it's going to go to 61,000.
Do you know you lot have overtaken United as in the money league?
Yeah, that's light work. You know what I mean?
Right, it's not that much. It's about 20 million in it, and we're boycotting and doing all kinds of madness and not paying into the machine. Once the Glazers are gone, like the natural order of things will be restored.
Yeah.
No comment. Until they're gone, we can't make that comment, boy, because these they will do some bookie shit and take like a 49% for like 2 billion. And then the whole club's gonna be up in arms again. So until that deal is done, them man, they're skanking their money, man. That's what they do.
Of course, I think a lot of things. What we have to realize is that you have to remember when owners are coming in to take over and whatever, especially if they're Americans and Yankees, their heart is not set on football. It's business. It's business for them. Their heart is not set on football, bro.
Yeah. But your club isn't as bad. Your owners ain't as bad as United's. I mean, the United's have pimped their club really. Like, I mean, they've been flexing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should. They certainly have.
It's like
They
they've been running
certainly
a
have.
Ponzi scheme.
If you think of it
It's like
just
they've been running a
objectively,
Ponzi scheme.
just objectively though, from the outside looking in, man, it's a finesse and a half, man.
It
When
is,
you
man.
think about their come up,
They mortgaged it. You know what I mean?
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. Said you can't knock. If it wasn't us, if it wasn't happening to United, you can't knock the hustle. But because it's happening to us, we're knocking
it's
it
not
all
nice,
day.
innit?
Listen,
You know what
Yeah,
they
not
did to you
nice.
though? You know what they did to you that was smart though, is that they did a bit of the rope-a-dope because they started flinging you money in it for certain players and thinking, oh, they're spending on the
no,
club,
but,
though.
but
Yeah, but it was
let's
our
be,
own
let's
money,
be
bro.
honest.
It was money that the club
They didn't give
generated.
us. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to remember they. Yeah, look, that this is for a whole. This is for a whole nother show, man. This is for a whole nother show, man. But look, guys, we've been on for an hour. Artie, I'm gonna send my utmost apologies to you, bruv. I proper messed up there, man.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
Yeah. Guys, we've hit the hour. Guys in the chat, we did see you, Sandeep. I have no idea which of those pussies you're actually talking about, but I'll take it that you were talking about me, and and we'll leave it like that. My shoulders are big. Guys, this show was such a mismatch, and for that I apologize. But Matty, as always, appreciated, man. We'll get you back on. Don P, always the Tottenham supporter that I can talk to and have some common banter with. Brush, I always respect you, man. Tyreek, first time on the channel, but you know what? As a gooner, I feel that we can conversate because you weren't like some of them that we've spoken to.
Did
over
you say
the
that you're
last
from up
week.
north, T?
Yeah, Birmingham. Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why, you know. That's what it is.
You don't.
Nah,
Yeah, you
Tariq's very sensible. He's one of the few
Yeah.
Arsenal fans I proper get on with, man. I've got a lot of
Yeah,
time.
man. Yeah,
Appreciate
man. You don't have that London aggression, man. And Artie, again, brother. Again, I'm gonna apologize. We'll hook it up so
No
that we
worries,
get you
man.
on full time.
Who does Artie think's gonna win United and Arsenal?
I think Man United's going to win it, actually.
Aw.
2-1.
Artie, my G.
Yeah.
2-1.
That's what I'd like to hear.
Nah, he just knows he knows where he is, and you know what I mean. He
Two
knows
one.
where he is.
Super sub, bro. Came on late,
Yeah,
scored the
yeah,
winning
yeah.
goal, right?
Yo, listen, remember, that hurts me to say, but I'm a realist.
But
Because I'm a Liverpool
Oh,
fan.
how do you
I want
see
United to lose all day, every
how do
day.
you see the Liverpool-Chelsea game going as well?
No one can call that because they're both playing crap and no one knows what kind of team's going to turn up. So that's impossible to call. Absolutely impossible.
You're young,
But
you. Like
Anfield
Harvey
advantage,
Elliott.
no?
Isn't that Harvey Elliott meant to be balling out at the moment?
No, forget Harvey Elliott. I'm more impressed with Bavetic right now.
Yeah.
He's the boy showing real
What
quality, right?
position does he play?
He's the holding midfielder.
Midfielder.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it? Oh, you got a midfielder now?
Baller.
What? From your youth team?
Yeah,
Did you sign him?
baller. Trust me. That boy there, that's the one to watch.
And that's what about Gakpo? What about Gakpo?
Oh yeah,
Gakpo's gonna take time. He's gonna take time.
The
He's
new
not
Ryan
the guy
Babel.
I
Yeah?
would have thought. He doesn't fit Klopp's philosophy. He's not a workhorse. He's lazy, but he's got skills in the boots.
He's a final third player, man. He ain't
Yeah.
doing the build up, man. That's what
No
I'm
way.
telling United fans.
No way.
Like, you shouldn't.
The two games I've watched, I don't think he broke a sweat, to be honest.
What is it?
Yeah, and that ain't gonna cut it.
No, he's got peas now, isn't it? So he's probably going to even be chilling even more. But let me ask you one question. So why we got you the article? You're forward. Uruguayan forward, Nunes.
Yeah.
Talk
Go
to
on.
me. No, talk to me. Like, what's your view on him? Like, what do you think? What's
My
your thoughts on him?
view on him is we've bought an unfinished product, a raw talent, and he's gonna come good. I'm 100% sure he's gonna come good because I can see the runs that he makes and everything, and he never stops trying, and he keeps getting in those positions. It's going to start to click for him.
Like Werner did
came
to Chelsea.
What he did, what you have to recognize as well is when Klopp buys and he spends big money on players, all like Fabinho, all them kind of guys, when they came in, they didn't come and go straight into the team. They got bedded in. Nunes has had to come straight into the team because of the situation we're in. He hasn't had a chance to bed in, and he's had to come into a struggling team.
You also have to understand he's only 22.
He's going to come good. Exactly. He's a young. He's learning. He's raw. He's gonna come.
I don't know. Sometimes when I see him in that pool, he hits. Sometimes he finishes. Sometimes he. But article, you got to admit, sometimes he finishes like a Sunday League player. Like,
yeah.
There was a chance like 3 times. I think he was in that same position and he screwed it. You know, like he was watching Old Minorians, Mr. B. It was.
It's gonna come. I'm not worried. It's gonna come for him.
Okay.
You know what? I'd be more worried if he's one of them guys who's not getting in the positions, not getting the chances, and hiding and that. Then I'd be worried. But he's a total opposite. He's there all the time. There all the time. So I'm not worried. Trust me, he's gonna come good.
That was your final question, Don P. Guys, obviously, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It was a bit chaotic. But again, it's nothing but apologies. But you guys know what I'm like on a Friday, so it's really nothing new. From Brush, from Tariq, from Artie. Again, enough apologies for you, Artie, especially, man. Don P, Matty, guys in the chat. Thank you. This has been the United Agenda. Look, I got the name right as well. See, warm down, brain not fried anymore. Yeah, this is United Agenda. I said you don't have to be here. I appreciate that you are, and we will be back on tomorrow for the watch along. Yes, Tariq, talk to me, bruv.
And I'll be back when we're 11 points clear of you, man.
Oh, get him out of here.
See, and this with that, this is the comment that this is the comment that I want you to leave you with. You gave us all of the nice patting, and just as the dance done, you start throwing licks. But that's all right. We'll see you at the next event. Don't worry. But guys, as I said, guys in the chat, the final word went to Tyreek. I think the most that we could do is give him that because he ain't gonna have nothing else over the weekend. Guys, this is the Man United Agenda. We are out.
Peace.